Welcome to DeFi Crypto Today. Our topic today is Ponzi schemes and suckers. Yep, there's a lot of suckers and unfortunately a lot of Ponzi schemes. And I want to expose this and make sure people understand what a real Ponzi is and what is not a Ponzi. Okay, because there's too much fraud, and Ponzi's is a kind of fraud. It's, as it says here, it's an illegal business practice. And there are hundreds of them, not just in crypto, but also in the real world, okay? And people need to understand what they are about so that they can spot them before risking their own money in there. And I'm going to expose some projects that are actually very popular right now, but they are Ponzi schemes. They do not generate wealth. They pretend to, so they're lying to your face. And they're sucking money out of people's pockets, okay? And I'm going to show you the math. And you're going to understand that what they're claiming does not even make sense. It does not add up, okay? And that's what you really need to focus on today and understand how it works, okay? So this is the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners. So people that are specialists in fraud, okay? They uncover fraud cases and they bring them to justice and so on. Okay, so they help the authorities to find fraud, and they help investors, okay, that have been caught in fraud cases. So yeah, there's even a guy here, Dr. Joseph T. Wells, Encyclopedia of Fraud. So there's a lot of stuff in there. A Ponzi scheme is an illegal business practice in which a new investor's money is used to make payments to earlier investors. In accounting term, money paid to Ponzi investors, described as income, is actually a distribution of capital. What's that mean? Okay, a good investment, what does it do? You put your money in there and they make your money work and it brings you interest, okay? Or it grows in value, okay? Because it actually does something with your money, okay? So for instance, if you go to Uniswap or PancakeSwap and you deposit money in the liquidity pools there, every time there's a transaction in the liquidity pool, like let's say you're on Uniswap, you've got the USDC Ether pool. You deposit money in there. Every time somebody swaps USDC for Ether, Uniswap collects a fee, a small percentage, and part of that percentage goes back as a reward to the people that deposit their money in the liquidity pool. So that's a real investment, okay? It brings value to the depositors. They are earning swap fees, okay? And to the people that are swapping, okay? It's a lot easier to do transactions when you can swap your USDC for Ether on Uniswap, for instance, okay? So there's utility. A good project has utility and provides value, okay? Let's remember those two concepts. They're very key, okay? So you have all kinds of places where you can invest. There are thousands and thousands of places, okay? And the good ones provide a service, okay? And in exchange for that service, they collect a fee and they give that fee back to investors. That's the typical thing. Like for instance, when you go to a stockbroker, okay? You decide to buy ETF shares or Apple shares, okay? You got to pay the guy a commission and you're going to end up with shares, okay? And those shares are from real companies that have a real business, okay, that provide products like Apple sells phones and computers and whatnot. And some people buy those things and they enjoy the benefits of those products. The profits go to the shareholders. Apple gives dividends to the owners of the shares. So it's not a scam, right? It's a real business. So when you invest in crypto, you have to check where the money is coming from. When they tell you that they're going to give you, 10% interest or 1% per day forever or whatever, where does it come from? You have to be very clear on the source of income. And if you're not sure where the income is coming from, don't invest. Make that very clear. Okay? They're going to entice you with fantastically high interest rates, okay, or earning rates or whatever, yield rates. But if you don't know where the money is coming from or how it's generated, and if you don't know what utility that protocol is providing, do not invest there. There's a good chance it's a scam. There are lots of scams. So today we're going to try to distinguish scams from non-scams, okay? So here in Ponzi's, what we're talking about here is that they pretend to give you income, but all they do is distribution of capital. Capital is the amount you invest. So you invest, let's say $1,000. They charge you a lot of fees. Most of the projects charge you when you deposit, when you withdraw, when you transfer, when you do anything. They charge you very high fees. And then they tell you, we take those fees and we redistribute them to the investors as income. Okay. All right. So what utility is that? Give me $1,000 right now. Okay. And I'm going to put it in my pocket. Every day, I'm going to give you $10 out of this. Okay. But I'm charging you $300 in fees. That's what they're doing. They're telling you they're going to give you $10 a day on your 1,000, but they're charging you $300 in fees for managing your money. But I'm not investing the money anywhere. I'm not depositing this in a LP pool on Uniswap or PancakeSwap or another place. I'm not investing that money. I keep it as cash in my pocket. Okay? And I'm not investing it into anything. That's what Ponzis are doing. And I can prove it. I'm going to actually prove it to you. I'm going to show you the treasury of some Ponzis. And I'm going to show you that there's nothing in their treasury that earns a single cent of interest or swap fees or anything else. They're just moving money from your wallet to another guy's wallet, and from another guy's wallet to your wallet, and from another guy, and so on and so on and so on. And basically, it's just a big bunch of suckers that are being taken advantage of. And the protocol takes money from one sucker to another 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 sucker. Like that. That's all they're doing. Okay, and we're going to prove it. I'm going to prove it today. All right. Now, remember, these things are illegal. Now, because it's crypto, a lot of these projects are totally anonymous. You have no idea who's behind those projects. So even another reason for not putting your money there. Okay. All right. So let's look at the history of Ponzi's. Perhaps a few of you are familiar with Bernie Madoff. Bernie was charged for managing the largest Ponzi scheme in history. It's something in the range of $20 billion were stolen from investors. Okay, and he ran that Ponzi for a long time, like a couple decades. Okay, and the thing is, his scam was allowed to run for such a long time because this guy was very famous. At one point, he was even the chairman of the NASDAQ stock exchange. Think about that. Okay, so, he was a well-known figure in the financial industry, and a lot of people respected him because of his fame. But what happened is that a lot of people were looking at his claims and they said, how can Bernie manage to generate such high income for his investors no matter what the market is doing? Market's crashing, market's doing well. He's always giving them a very high rate of return. And a lot of university professors did the math and they said, it's not possible. It has to be a scam. So they told the SEC, and the SEC said, shut up. They didn't even want to listen to them. And it took a long, long time before the scam was exposed. So sometimes Ponzi's last a long time. And unfortunately, the longer they last, the bigger the problem becomes. Because you need more and more suckers to pay the earlier suckers. The first suckers are the ones that benefit the most. And then you need new generation of suckers to pay off the earlier generation of suckers. And then you need a new generation of suckers to pay the second generation of suckers. And you need a fourth generation of suckers to pay the third generation of suckers, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. Okay? And the problem with this is that you run out of people at some point. And that's why it's illegal and it's stupid. Okay? Because Bernie never generated look, he managed billions of dollars and somehow never managed to generate income out of this. How freaking dumb is he? Okay? There's lots of income funds, okay, hedge funds and banks and things like that that manage billions and billions of dollars of money, and somehow they generate income, but Bernie couldn't. Okay? And that's why he concocted this scheme, okay, which looks great, but under the hood, everything is rotten, okay? And nothing is working. All he's doing is taking money from this millionaire and putting it in that other millionaire's pocket, okay? And he kept moving money around like this, okay, just trying to make ends meet, but he kept running out of money and he needed newer investors all the time just to pay off the older investors, okay? And at one point, he just couldn't cope with it. And that's when he told his son that the entire operation has been running for years as a Ponzi scam. And eventually the word got out. And then he got put in jail for 150 years. That's his jail term. Fortunately, he died before the end of his term. But you see what I mean? These are dangerous, illegal scams. Be aware of that. Okay? All right. Federal trade commissions, how pyramid schemes operate. See? That's what I said. You have level one investors. Okay? So they receive payment. And to generate that payment, you need another layer of people that need to pay them. And to pay that second layer, well, you need more people to pay for the second layer. And then the fourth layer, you need a fourth layer to pay the third layer, to pay the second layer, to pay the first layer. And you keep on going up and up and up and up like this in terms of number of people that you need to keep the system from crumbling. Okay? Just to maintain itself, you need to attract more and more suckers, okay? Now, this is the Federal Trade Commission. They tell you it's illegal, okay? It's not a joke, okay? These things are scams, okay? I'll give you the link to this page so you can read more about it, but you have to understand that these are illegal scams, okay? And typically, the people that are running these things take a good chunk of your money, and they buy themselves, nice houses, big cars, and vacations in the Bahamas. That's what they're doing with your money. They're not investing it in anything that is going to earn you any income, but they're taking advantage of you to have a very luxurious lifestyle. That's the typical situation. All right. This is Charles Ponzi, the guy who created one of the largest Ponzi schemes in history, and he defrauded people for a long time for millions and millions of dollars, okay? And basically, history gave his name to that kind of scam, Okay, so again, you can read that in greater detail. Now, a lot of people have been complaining about Wonderland and Olympus DAO and many of the home forks. And I saw an article. I'm not going to publish it today because it's such garbage. I don't even want to show it to you. I'm sure some of you are aware of it. Okay, you read this and it's a rant from top to bottom about how Olympus DAO is a Ponzi. He says it's a Ponzi. He's not explaining at all what a Ponzi is. Okay, I'm explaining it to you. And he says Olympus DAO is a Ponzi, and all those home forks are Ponzis, and blah blah blah. Okay, you want to know the truth? You want to know the truth? That guy got burned. That guy put too much money into either Olympus DAO, Wonderland, or a pile of home forks. Market crashed. He lost a lot of money. Now he's upset. And he's writing this really long and boring article about, he's just swearing at every 2 words and against Olympus and telling them that the developers there are idiots and they try to steal people's money and blah, 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 blah. Okay, all right. Tell us how you really feel. Okay, so what? You lost some money. Who hasn't lost money in the last crypto crash, okay? Or even the stock market crash? Come on. Grow up, okay? And learn what the real Ponzi is. Okay, Olympus is not a Ponzi, and Wonderland is not a Ponzi, and most of the home forks were not Ponzis either. Okay, and you can verify that, and I'm going to show you how to verify that. So we're going to go to Wonderland. Okay, and this is the Wonderland documentation. And when you go down here and you click on contracts, you go to Treasury. And you click on this link and it brings you to Zapper and shows you how much money there is in the treasury at the moment. Okay, now these numbers are not official figures. Okay, Zapper sometimes miscalculates, ignores some tokens, and is not aware of some protocols that you might be invested in. So it's not 100% accurate, but it gives you a pretty good idea. Okay. So the first thing you notice is, okay, there's about $90 million in the wallet, and these are the tokens that are in the wallet. So by themselves, those tokens don't earn any interest, okay? So if it was just that, it might be arguable that the protocol might be a Ponzi. On the other hand, it's very diversified, and Ponzi schemes are typically not diversified at all, okay? They just keep everything in stable coins or in one main token, and that's it. And I'm going to show it to you. Okay, now here, claimable, there's $111 million that you could claim. So that's earnings. That's income that the protocol can claim. So for instance, it earned $38 million of MIM. Okay, and it earned 31 millions of CVX. Okay, so that's income. That's real income. So already you know it's not a Ponzi. The Ponzi schemes do not earn income. Okay. All right, next. There's some debt. So they borrowed some money to make some investments and invested in these protocols here. So they put $349 million at SushiSwap. Though, if you go and check in there, those are liquidity pools, and they are earning swap fees for the protocol and the token holders. So they're generating income for you if you're invested in this. Okay, so these are the pools. Okay, they've got Wrap Memo and MIM. They've got MIM, Wrapped AVAX. They got MIM and Time, and so on. Okay, all these pools are earning income. Same thing at Abracadabra. You have these vaults here. They are earning income as well. Okay. Again, these are pools at Uniswap, all earning income and so on. So this is a very diversified portfolio. It's a gigantic portfolio, okay? And there's all these protocols where they are invested, they are all generating income for the protocol, okay? So this is not a scheme. The way Olympus and Wonderland, especially Wonderland, are designed is that they are investment funds, a little bit like an ETF. An ETF is an exchange-traded fund, a mutual fund, okay? An ETF buys various stocks on the stock market, okay, or bonds or other investments, okay, in order to generate income for the shareholders of the ETFs. The structure of Wonderland, Olympus, and several other Olympus forks is very similar to an investment fund. So you cannot call them Ponzis. They are legitimate, real investment making protocols. They are generating value to the token holder. The way Olympus, what you can argue though, is that Olympus and originally Wonderland as well, but they just changed that. The way they were issuing tokens by minting or bonding them was very inflationary. So in order for the protocol to have money in its treasury, it had to sell new tokens that were minted. Okay? So that increases the number of tokens in circulation. Also, the rebate system was creating new tokens for the token holders. But you don't lose value if you stay staked. So the system by itself was working. Problem is, a lot of people don't understand how the system works. They don't understand the 3-3 game strategy. And they were complaining that they were losing money and this and that and whatnot. Well, okay, you're going to lose money when the market crashes. Wake up and smell the roses, okay? That's the way it is. That's the way it is. So become an adult, okay, and diversify your portfolio so that you're not at risk of losing everything if you put all your money on Olympus or on Wonderland, like that guy probably did when he wrote his stupid freaking article saying that those things are Ponzis. I just demonstrated to you they're not Ponzis, okay? They are generating income, okay? Wonderland, for instance, generates about $1 million worth of income just from these investments per day, $1 million a day. Now I'm going to show you some investments that are real scams, real Ponzis. Here's one. The Titano. Titano is a pure Ponzi. And in most countries, it would be illegal. If the government would know who those people are, they would be in jail today, because they're stealing money from people. And we're going to demonstrate that today, because they're making claims that are not true. And we're going to demonstrate that today as well. All right. So the first claim is highest fixed APY. They say you're going to get 102,000% per year. Really? If it was that easy, don't you think that you could just walk into your bank and ask them to give you 102% APY? If it was that easy, it doesn't have to be in crypto. Think about it, okay? And fixed. There's no place on earth where you can have a fixed real APY where you have an investment that's actually generating a fixed APY of that nature. That's mathematically impossible. Okay, you go to Wonderland right now, and it's going to say something like you get 80,000% APY. Yeah, that is possible because it's money coming from the treasury that is already generating income for you. Here, they're not investing in anything. They actually say so. They say first automatic staking and compounding in your wallet because they call it a rebase token. Okay, they could actually take tokens out of your wallet. Okay, you have to understand that what token contracts can do. They can do a lot of stuff. So you get rewards every 30 minutes, 48 times daily. Sure. What you have to understand is that these are the transactions that happen on Titano tokens. Okay, and you're going to see some swaps here. That's when people buy and sell their Titano tokens on PancakeSwap. So here's a transaction, for instance. This is the investor's contract wallet address, and it's interacting with the Titano contract. What's happening? Well, you notice that the guy is trying to sell his tokens. So he's got Titano tokens here. And you see two values. You see $332 and then $72 here. All right. Now, if you add these two, you get this value here. So basically, it shows that there were some, the guy wanted to sell $394 worth of Titano tokens. And they took a fee here of 18%, which is $72.93. Okay, that's the exit tax that they take when you sell your Titano tokens. And now he ends up with only 332. And at the end, he's going to have BUSD in his wallet for 331.86. So he started with 394. Now he ends up with only 331. That's because they took an exit tax. So you can see it right here in the transactions. You don't even have to interact with the website. You don't have to do anything on this website. There's nothing to do here. It just says buy the Titano token, and if you click here, it's going to bring you to Pancake, right? I'm not going to do the transaction. I'm not going to give them my money. But that's what they're doing. They program the token, okay, so that when you buy it, they deduct 13%. And when you sell it, they deduct 18%. And then they say, okay, just keep your token in your wallet, and we're going to give you, there's a certain percentage, it's 1.8999%. They're going to give you per day, all right, on your token. So they're going to issue new Titano tokens, and they're going to deposit them in your wallet like this every day. Okay? Sounds good so far. Except that they charge you a lot of tax when you buy it, but you figured, it's only 18%. They're going to give me 102,000%. All right, sure. So, yeah, and the token's already pre-staked. You don't have to do anything. It's a very easy scam. All you have to do is buy the token and hold them. Okay, and that's it. Now, there's a problem with this. Okay, I'm going to expose that in a minute. So if we go here, this is where they tell you about the tax. No, this is the treasury, sorry. So I'm going to show you the treasury, then I'm going to show you where the tax is. So what do we have here? Now, this is their entire wallet. There's $917,000 in there right now. And it's all in BNB tokens. You see any protocol investments here? None. This money is just sitting there, rotting, okay, not earning you any interest. Okay? Where's this money coming from? It's coming from PancakeSwap. When you buy the Pancake token, you have to give Pancake BNB. That BNB goes here, and in exchange you get the tokens. Okay, the Titano tokens. And they deduct 13% of that, okay? That goes in another wallet. So all the money that they manage, the tokens that they managed to sell so far, it's worth about $900,000. Now, if you read the documentation, they say you deposit $1,000 now. In a year, it's going to be worth $1 million. Okay, great. Where's the million? There's not even $1 million yet in there. Okay? And there's more than one investor here, okay? So think about it. Let's say there's 10,000 investors in this. That would be, and let's say the 10,000 people invested $1,000. Where's their millions, okay? And there's no such money in existence in this protocol. And it's not investing in anything. So it cannot make money by itself. It's waiting for more suckers to put more money in this so that they can pay the 1.8999% per day that they're giving away every day. So without suckers that come in the system, this system fails. It crawls from its own weight. Okay, and I'm going to demonstrate that right here. This is a little spreadsheet I did today. Now, you deposit, let's say, $1,000 today. Right away, they deduct $130. And they say they're going to use that to pay you your 1.8999% per day. So that's $130 that they took out of your investment. Now they're going to calculate 1.8999% on the remainder, 870. So the first day you're going to get $16. And then the next day you add this together with 870. Now you have 888.53. And then they're going to give you 1.8999% on that. And goes on and on and on and on like this. Okay, it looks fine so far. And after a month, yeah, you have, you invested only 1,000 and now it says 1,530. Theoretically, you're making money, right? When you decide, let's say, to stay for a month and then on the 31st day, you decide to exit. So you have to pay the exit tax, which is $275. And you're still ahead a little bit. Okay, so you have you made about $254 profit. Looks fine, right? So where's the problem, right? Where's the problem? Here's the problem. Right here, the total interest given is greater than the taxes collected. So they're giving you $669 of interest, right? The entry tax is 689, sorry. The entry tax is 130. The exit tax is 275. What's left? Well, you have, what's the exact number? $283 missing. Where are they going to take it? They're going to take it from your capital, from other people's capital. Okay? And it doesn't get better even if more people invest, okay? Because it's the same thing. It's like right now you have one person investing $1,000, but even if you have 10 people investing $1,000, the numbers just multiply by 10. And now you have 10 times more money missing. So what are they doing? They're taking this out of the capital. They claim they're only paying the interest out of the entry tax and the exit tax, but it's not feasible. It's not possible to do that. So they have to take the money out of the capital. So basically, they charge you an entry fee if you when you buy, and they charge an exit fee when you sell, right? But in order to pay you the interest, okay, between those two times, if you stay long enough, you're going to need to, other people will have to lose their money to pay you. If you stay longer, they're going to take your money and give it to other people that are exiting. You see that it's a scam? They're taking your money, your capital, and they're spreading it around to other people. The longer you stay in, the more they take your money to give out to people that exit faster. And as the FTC showed us, okay, you need more and more and more and more and more and more people to go into the system just to keep the system afloat. Because they're going to run out of money at some point. They're going to run out of money, okay? And that's what you have to see. You have to do the math. You have to understand what they're doing. You have to look in the treasury and see that there's nothing in the treasury except your capital here. This is your capital. The actual fees that they collected are put in another wallet. And when people buy and sell, okay, it comes in here. And then the fees go into a second wallet where they keep the interest. And out of that, some of it is taken out of that wallet also and goes into the developer's pockets. Okay, they take a nice fat chunk of that money. It never goes back to you. Okay, so they're taking your money. They take some of it, put in their pocket, and some of it they put in other people's pocket that are suckers that are invested in this. It's designed for the system to break because it's giving out too much money and it's not generating any. I hope you really see this, okay? It's really not a good system. Now, here's the thing that concerns me very, very much. They got a freaking audit. An audit is not a guarantee that the protocol is honest, number one. We just saw that this is a scam. And an audit doesn't mean also that the people that are running this show are not gangsters, which they are, okay? And frankly, Solidity, finance, wake the hell up, okay? You're promoting a scam, an illegal Ponzi scam. So what the hell are you doing? Don't you have ethics? This is totally unethical. And if I were to call the FTC, they would probably go to your ass, okay, and say, why are you promoting Ponzis by auditing them? Auditors that are giving their seal of approval on code, doing audits like this, are just as criminals, the people that are promoting the Ponzis. So, if you work at Solidity, wake the hell up, because at some point the FBI is going to knock at your freaking door. If you're I don't even know if you're based in the US, but if it's not the FBI, it's going to be your local police department at some point, or your justice department. Okay? So you should watch your ass, and you should definitely have better ethics standards than this. Because when people look at your report and they see a smart contract audit report for a scam like Titano, they think, oh, it's going to be a good business. But it's not. We just demonstrated that. They're stealing people's money. They're lying to their faces. The whole thing is illegal and a scam. So shame on you, Solidity. Shame on you. And others. Certic did the same thing for other Ponzis. Okay, and probably many other auditors. I haven't checked them all, obviously. But when I did the checks, I found that Certic did this, and Solidity as well. Now, we're going to talk about yet another scam that's very popular. This thing. Oh my God. This one is even worse. It's been around a long time. There's a gazillion articles promoting this all over the universe. Okay? And again, all they're doing is moving money from your wallet to another guy's wallet, to another guy's wallet, to another guy's wallet, to another guy's wallet. Okay, and they're not generating a damn cent of income. They're just moving capital around. And we saw by the definition of a illegal Ponzi scam, that's what an illegal Ponzi scam is doing. It's pretending to generate income, but it's only moving the capital invested by the people. And that's what they're doing here. They talk about their fees here. They have a ton of fees for all kinds of things, okay? And I really don't like the way... Can you read this? All caps? Really? This is designed on purpose to make it difficult to read. This is even more scammy. They're making it look pretty and everything, but try to read in all caps, like tons and tons of instructions like this. Okay? It's very difficult to read. Nobody's going to want to read all this crap. Now, here's an article. This guy here is promoting this. Okay? He said, is it a scam? Is it sustainable? And this guy says, yeah, it's a scam, but it's a good scam. And it's, oh my God, what an idiot. Because he's making profit out of this, he thinks it's a good thing. Okay? Well, you could also sell drugs in Colombia if you want. Okay? You could be a drug cartel. Yeah, they make a lot of money too. Is that a good thing too? Good God. Now look at this. Look at the fees here. Where are the fees? Here, right here. The 4 kinds of taxes in the drip faucet. Deposit in the faucet, 10%. Withdraw, 10%. Compounding your earnings, 5%. They even charge you for compounding your earnings. Whale withdrawal tax, which goes from 0.99% to 50%. 50%. Yeah, really good place to put my money. See, that's the thing here. Okay, they say, this guy's been doing it for a while. I mean, this Ponzi has been going on for a couple of years. Okay, and again, all it's doing is taking money from some people and putting them in other people's wallets, okay, and vice versa. They keep moving the money around like this, okay? They're just using the capital and they're like moving it around like this, okay? And because it's a closed system, okay, because a lot of people don't want to exit, okay, they don't want to withdraw, right? Because they don't want to pay those crazy taxes, okay? So the money kind of stays stagnant in the treasury for a long time. Okay, so basically the people that designed this were smart enough to figure out, okay, we cannot let people take their money out too easily. Otherwise, the system is going to crumble. Okay, so we need to have a lot of suckers, and we need to keep the suckers sucked in the system. Okay, and if you look at their wallet, $62 million in there. And what's in it? Nothing. Just freaking drip tokens. Not doing anything. They're not making money for you. They're just taking money from this guy's wallet, okay, putting it in your wallet, and then they're taking it from your wallet, putting it in that guy's wallet, and so on like this. They just keep doing this, okay? And they give you the illusion that you're making money. Now, of course, if you get in and you take your money out early enough, you're probably going to have a bit of a profit, okay? But the thing is, it will fail at some point. I don't know if it's going to fail in a year, 10 years, or what, okay? And the other point is that they're just taking your money and giving it back to you. It's not an investment, okay? It's just shuffling capital around. It's not creating utility. Now, they even created a new farm thing. I'm not even going to show it to you yet. I would have to examine that in greater detail. They're trying to give some utility to their drip token because it's got no utility whatsoever. But I would stay away from that farm as well. Of course, maybe the first few days, okay, the interest rates are going to be fantastic, blah, 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 but they're going to charge you taxes left, right, top, and bottom. Okay, and they're just using the farm to try to get more suckers into the drip system. Because those guys probably did the math and they probably figured, okay, we need to do something to get more suckers in the system, otherwise we're going to fail. Okay, but that's what's happening. That's what's happening with that farm. Okay, so those are only 2 examples. Okay, I even got contacted by on Twitter by another one. I'm not going to name them, but They charge you like 28% to get in and then 28% to get out. Okay? And then they say they give you back 25%. Okay, yeah, great. They're just moving my money, and they're just taking my money and giving it back to me and saying, oh, I'm getting income. Well, check with your accountant and see if he thinks that's solid. Okay? Check with your accountant. An accountant should be able to figure out if a Ponzi is a Ponzi or not. If he's a good accountant, at least. Okay? Talk to your accountant about that. Okay? And if he's a good accountant, you know what he's going to do? He's going to start laughing and rolling on the floor. Okay? Because he's going to understand it's a scam. Or maybe he's more polite than that and he's going to put his hand before his mouth before laughing. But these are scams, okay? You have to understand this. If they are not generating income with your money, they are scams. If they're not investing your money into anything, it's a scam. Okay? You can see here, they're not investing into anything. Same thing with Titano. Titano just holds a big bag of BNBs. Not earning any interest on this. They're not even earning swap fees on their own LPs. Think about that. They're earning taxes on their LPs, but not even earning swap fees. How ridiculous is that? They could have created LP pools with their Titano tokens, okay, and to generate income. They don't even bother. I mean, how scammy and lazy is that? Okay, they don't even pretend, okay, to invest. Another one that was a scam but that broke was ring nodes. Ring node lied even more. You bought the ring node tokens, created a so-called node, okay, and when you buy that, you never get those token that money back. Okay, you're just giving them away 10 tokens, and then they use that, okay, and they tell you that a certain percentage goes to the team for marketing. Marketing means vacation at Club Med in the Bahamas, and the rest is used to give you, you know, your so-called income. Now, in the description at Ringnode, they say they're going to invest the money in other projects, okay, to produce income, to make this sustainable. But they never did. They just took the money and ran. And now they're shut down. So be very careful with all those so-called nodes. Okay, some of them are scams, some of them are not, but most of them are. Check their treasuries and see what's in there. All right, that's it for this video. If you like this kind of stuff, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell. Download the free book. All you have to do is click the link and put your name, your email, and you hit the submit button. Then you get a big fat button that says download the free book. If you miss that button, we're going to send you an email that says you download the free book. And if you don't want to download the free book, you go to Amazon, you pay $5.99 to Jeff Bezos, and Jeff will send me a whole $1. See you.